Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Burris Optics and the Eliminator Laser Scope, Stormcloth 2 Performance Outerwear, Corbon DPX Ammunition, Kershaw Knives, the new Bresser 360 Trail Camera, Steiner Binoculars, Outdoor Trail Freeze-Dried Foods, Montana Decoy Company, CVA Muzzle Loaders, and UDAP Bear Pepper Spray.
Well, folks, welcome to this week's episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures. We have a special show for you this week. We're going to take you back to Baranof Island in southeast Alaska, where our good friend and client Tim Sherrick has graciously allowed us to send cameraman John Bleasdale along to videotape his coastal brown bear hunt. Tim's going to be hunting with one of my good friends and outfitters there in the area, and we've had a great deal of success hunting the brown bears on Baranof Island. In fact, we have a 100% success rate with all of our clients taking home fine trophies. It's some outstanding footage, they see a lot of bears, and I'm sure that you'll enjoy the program. And please, stay tuned. Later in the show, I'm going to tell you how you can book your own guided big game hunting adventure with Steve's Outdoor Adventures.
This week, Steve's Outdoor Adventures takes us once again to Sitka, located on the shores of Baranof Island in southeast Alaska. Once home of the Russian-American fur trading company in the late 1700s, this archipelago is now a favorite destination for commercial and sport fishing and tourism. But we're not here for salmon or souvenirs. We're here to hunt the most dangerous big game animal in North America: brown bears. We'll join Steve's Outdoor Adventures client Tim Sherrick, along with his guides Jim Phillips, Jeremy Phillips, and Dan Williams, on his quest for the trophy brown bears of southeast Alaska, on another heart-pounding episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures. Tim Sherrick's Alaskan adventure began with a 30-minute boat ride from Sitka to base camp, a float house complete with heat, sleeping area, bathroom, and shower. Already in camp, guides Dan Williams and Jeremy Phillips await our arrival.
I should be able to...
I was thinking a little one right here to this point.
After securing the boat, lead guide Jim Phillips and Tim Sherrick planned their hunt.
What we'll probably do here this evening is there's a pass down here that goes this way, and there's a big meadow in there. We'll probably hunt up that way, and then we'll have another guy go around and hunt one of the bays up here that we've had a lot of success. And look at those areas. Probably have something to have a big dinner about 4 and then head out till dark and come back in and see what we got for the evening.
Sounds like a plan.
So,
The plan of attack is simple. Tim and his guides will cruise the bays and inlets along the coast of the ABC Islands while glassing for bears feeding on the sedge grasses that grow along the water's edge. Upon spotting a bear, they will attempt to beach their skiff several hundred yards downwind of the bear and begin their stalk, sneaking to within 100 yards before attempting a shot at a mature boar. Stay tuned. When we return, Tim Sherrick stalks his first brown bear in Alaska. Welcome back to Steve's Outdoor Adventures, as we join guides Dan Williams and Jeremy Phillips and Steve's Outdoor Adventures client Tim Sherrick and Bill Wilson on the first full day of the hunt.
Yeah, we cruising along here. We've been some guys walked the road over here. We didn't see anything, and we've not seen anything all morning. And all of a sudden, we got 2 up here, so we're going to try to putt up and see if it's maybe a boar and a sow. And if it is, that's good. And if it's a sow and a cub, well, we saw 2 bears in the middle of the day anyway. So that's what we're doing, huh, guys?
That's the plan.
In late May, brown bears begin their mating ritual, and spotting 2 large bears together often means that a boar is courting a sow. As Dan beaches his whaler, Jeremy and Tim begin their stalk on the bears.
This
See, there's that green hump, and then see those two dead trees?
Right in front of that.
They're right in front of those dead trees.
Going around her to the...
There's a couple geese in front of them. So I'm thinking about hugging the trees.
Okay.
And trying to come around on them. See, there's a little bay there.
Yeah.
If we can come out on that point, they should be close.
After a long stalk, Jeremy and Tim reach a hidden vantage point and begin judging the boar for trophy quality.
Well, after about a 45-minute stalk, we get within about 165 yards. We see there's a boar and a good average, or a sow and a good average sized boar. But the boar's a little rubbed, so Jeremy says we can do better. We're going to hold off for a while. Only the second day of the hunt.
A few days later, Jim and Tim are out patrolling the beaches in search for big bears.
Just coming into the bay here, and there's a bear on our right. We're gonna go over to the beach and check it out. I don't know if it's from way out from the boat here. I can't tell if it's a sow or a boar, but it's a single bear, so no cubs. And we've been seeing a lot of sows and cubs, so we are gonna take a look and see what we got. So.
Jim was able to beach the skiff fairly close to this bear, and he and Tim sneaked through the trees to take a closer look. Jim is looking for a bear that appears leggy, with a head that appears small in relation to the body. This is usually an indication of a mature boar, but this bear just doesn't measure up.
Too small. We stalked him about less than 100 yards. And the guide said he's probably just a little less than 7 foot. And we're looking for something a little bigger. This is only day 6 of the hunt. We still have 3-4 days left. So we're going to pass on that bear. Even though he's a beautiful bear, we're going to pass.
Later that evening, Tim and Jim are traveling a well-used inside passage and are surprised to spot what appears to be a large boar feeding along the water's edge.
Bear on the beach, maybe 300 yards down here. We're going to get to shore and see if we can go in and close the distance a little bit and see if it's a shooter or not.
Mature boars tend not to expose themselves in areas with lots of boat traffic, but this bear seems to be the exception to the rule. Jim hopes to stalk to the edge of the meadow, but he never gets the chance. The bear is on the move, and we get pinned down. Now folks, this is a big boar, and he is headed right towards Jim and Tim. Stay with us. When we return, this brown bear closes the distance in southeast Alaska. Welcome back to Steve's Outdoor Adventures. We're in southeast Alaska, and a big brown bear is walking right towards Steve's Outdoor Adventures client Tim Sherrick. Just as Tim thinks he's going to be face to face with this big brute, it ducks into cover and out of sight. After waiting 20 minutes, the stalk is abandoned.
That bear got about 150 yards from us. We weren't quite ready to turn and started walking right down the beach toward us. But it ran out of beach. There was a little inlet, and it had to come up into the woods. It had to get off the beach. Came close that time, Jimmy.
Oh boy, that was a nice bear. That was a little nerve-wracking because I thought he might pop out of here. I was like, man, I had this in my hand because I was going to throw it at you guys if he could.
We thought he might come right out in front of us, too. There was a little bear path that came down through there. We were watching both, and then we heard a little red squirrel on the beach there.
Can you imagine if he'd have come right out there on those rocks? That would have been right down their throat.
It hadn't been 75 yards.
When he come down that beach, I thought this is going to be perfect.
Me too. The wind was right. Everything was perfect.
This is day 9, and then we stayed until about 2:30 today, and we're going to head out and cut through a pass here where I've seen a lot of bears in the past. We haven't seen a whole lot in there this year, but it's always been a good producer for lots of sedge grass and along the beaches and good meadows. We're going to try that and then take it from there. Hopefully we got 24 hours left, so we're going to see what we can do here. We're seeing lots of bears, so one of these guys we got to get up on, I guess, sooner or later.
We saw some big tracks the other day.
Yeah, through this area.
Lots of numbers.
Where we're going.
They've got to be around somewhere.
So it's kind of a nasty day today, wet and windy, but doesn't bother the bears, so we'll see what we do.
Time running out, the pressure was on, and as if summoned by fate, Jim spots 2 bears feeding in a meadow.
Jeremy, there's one right over there. Oh yeah. In that meadow. In the right-hand corner of that meadow. So we'll go to that point, and the wind's coming at us, so we'll go to the point and then sneak around the meadow and see what we got. Jeremy, I'll let you just take the boat and drop us off.
Moving past the bears to stay downwind, Jeremy beaches the boat and the stalk begins. The bears suspect something isn't quite right, and the events begin to unfold very quickly.
Go through here. We'll keep an eye on the bears. If it turns toward us, freeze.
Spotting the boar, Jim motions for Tim to prepare to shoot. After seeing 55 bears, stalking 9, and passing on 5, Tim finally connects on the last day of his hunt.
I want to thank you, Jimmy, for an excellent job. It's been hard. We've had a lot of nice stalks. I just want to mention that we booked this hunt through Steve's Outdoor Adventures. This is actually the second hunt that I booked through Steve's Outdoor Adventures. The first one was down in Prince of Wales for black bear, and I wanted to get an opportunity to hunt these brown bear and came up here, and it's just an exciting way to hunt. You actually hunt from a skiff cruising the bays and the coves and the beaches, and you do a lot of glassing to find these brown bear, and then when you do, you have to play the wind and beach the boat and plan your stalk, and that's really the hard part, because these critters I found out are really hard to get up on. You just have to really take your time and play the wind, and it's just been an exciting hunt, and I want to thank you again, Jim.
Yeah, it was a great shot and great stalk here. It was perfect.